Welcome to the Streamer Showcast, a new series where I commentate a game from some of your favorite streamers. If you have a streamer you'd like me to feature on this channel, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. And be sure to like and subscribe to my channel if you like this type of content. But today, I am very excited to say that I am commentating a game from one of my favorite streamers, KP. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Twigger, that of course is Lola, and welcome to a brand new series that's going to be on this channel known as the Streamer Shoutcast, which is basically just going to be a series that once every single week on Fridays, we are going to be picking a random streamer, one of my favorites, and I'm going to be showcasting one of their recent games, and I'm super honored to be showcasting KP on her alternate account, Lady Spark. Now, if you haven't seen KP LOL stream, absolutely fantastic stream. I'll have all the links to her YouTube and her Twitch stream in the description box below, but just one of my favorite streamers because she's a great, friendly personality to watch. She's non-toxic, and she's also very, very talented at mid. I also had the honor of playing with her during the first Twitch Rivals back in like January of 2019. Really, really awesome player, and I'm very excited to be commentating her Ahri, which currently is her most played champion. Now, she did, of course, get hit by the Season 10 bug for a negative win-loss rate. Is currently sitting at Gold 2 with a 32 win, 35 loss record, which I think most of us are currently facing that in Season 10, but you know, for her Ahri, just going into her runes a little bit here, sitting in the domination tree, going with Electrocute, Cheap Shot, Eyeball Collection, and Ravenous Hunter, with the inspiration tree as the secondary, with Stopwatch, Biscuit Delivery, with some attack speed, adaptive force, and armor as those additional runic stats. Now, in terms of this game, we are mainly going to be focusing on KP's gameplay here in the mid lane, but I will try to do an overall review of this entire game, but definitely just curious to see how KP plays the Nine-Tailed Fox. But in terms of who we've got in this game, up in the top lane, it looks like we've got an Alawi versus a Kled, Ahri versus Mordekaiser in the mid lane, Jungle Garen versus the Jungle Graves, and then down in the bot lane we got a Vel'Koz Ashe versus a Swain and Lucian. So a lot of really standard lanes, other than of course this mid lane where we do have the Ahri versus the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser normally seen as that top lane champion, but you know, definitely interesting seeing him in the mid lane. He's a really, really strong champion. So the one problem I feel like Ahri's gonna face is that maybe the damage at the early phases of things isn't going to be enough to actually kill the Mordekaiser, but you know, we just have to wait and see how this game plays out. In terms of how we're, oh, look at that, first blood actually already happening down in the bot lane, level 2 being hit by both the Swain and the Lucian, and I guess just having enough to take down the Vel'Koz. I feel like the only way that that could have happened is if the Swain landed a really good E, which would have brought the Vel'Koz back into them, but it looks like Ashe might actually very well be caught out here as well. The Swain is going to land the E. Lucian getting a lot of damage on the Flash, having to be burned by the Ashe, and it looks like she is going to get away from that one. Lucian and the Swain both don't have their flashes available, so, you know, the Vel'Koz did end up dying for that first blood, and it looks like actually Alawi's going to die up there as well, too, the Graves. It looks like they burned everything to get that first blood, the ignite down from the Swain, the flash down as well, and also the heal and the flash down from the Lucian. So, you know, it's one of those, first blood does suck to give up, but if you got all the summoners from your opponents, but it looks like we might have a little bit of an engage here down in the jungle on the blue side. Graves doing a lot of damage to this Garen, but not going to be enough, and it looks like KP currently just trying to fend off this Mordekaiser, but it looks like that's probably going to be the end of the exchanges for right now, unless Vel'Koz once again gets hit by an insane E from the Swain. The ignite was down onto the Lucian, but I don't think it's actually going to be enough. Couple more ticks, 21 HP, and that Lucian is going to make it safe and sound. So already not a fantastic start for KP's team. 2-1 in the scoreline, 6.3k to 5.5k, but looking at the farm so far, it was really nice that the Graves ended up pushing the Garen out of the jungle, stealing away that Gromp, which is of course a big gold and experience buff for him. 16-16 though in the jungle. But in terms of how KP is doing in the early goings of things, 22 CS to the Mordekaiser 17, and it looks like she's going to go back for her first buy. Not entirely sure what type of build she's going to be going for. I've seen a lot of different builds on Ahri going for things like the Glacial Augment, Hextech GLP build, but since she went Electrocute, I'm assuming that she's going to be going a little bit more standard, probably going to aim for that Lost Chapter first, go into like a Luden's Echo, and then maybe an Hourglass. But once again, we're just gonna have to see. You also don't know if she might be going for a Morellonomicon because you've got the Mordekaiser, you've got the Illaoi, and you've got the Swain, all of which heal an insane amount. Now, I do just want to go back and see what happened up in this top lane. We were talking about KP's build, but we can't miss all the action on camera. So it looks like the Graves coming in with that red buff, going to slow with the smoke screen, get it to slow, also with the red buff, and Kled just doing a ton of damage, does land that bear trap on a rope, and that is just going to be a free kill onto the Illaoi. Looks like, once again, Swain is just landing an incredible amount of these E's. I'm trying to remember what the ability is called. Never Move, that's the one. So doing a great job of just landing those abilities, making sure that he can really just kind of allow the Lucian to get those double shot damages off. You know what, I'm actually just gonna move this thing down as well, so that way we don't have to see the chat anymore, because all we're getting is that enemies are missing, and I think we can see that. Well, actually, we can't see that because we've actually got the Fog of War off, which is fantastic for us as observers. So, with that kill that happened up at the top lane, we're actually now sitting at a fairly even gold lead, and actually a couple hundred gold in favor of KP's red side. But it looks like right now the blue side looking towards that dragon. It is a mountain dragon as the first dragon, but it looks like they're actually going to get a kill once again onto this Vel'Koz. Just want to once again rewind it so you can see exactly what's happening. But once again, I have the feeling it's just going to be this Swain managing to land a really nice Never Move. And yeah, so the Vel'Koz was just going in to try to get a ward down, but the blue side was just incredibly ready for that one. The W is also going to land onto the Ashe. So right now the bot lane is just having a really, really good time against KP's Ashe and Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz already giving up 3 kills in the first 5.5 minutes of this game. Garen is now coming in for a gank onto KP, but a really, really nice charm is going to land. Nice little tip of the hat with the penguin emote, but taking a lot of damage from the Judgment. The flash is going to have to be used by KP just to get out of that one, but she does have support of the Graves right now, who's doing a lot of damage. He is level 5, 1, 0, and 1, so he could very well do enough damage. He is not going to have enough to kill the Garen, but looks like the flash being burned by KP, and that's about all that she wrote for that gank. It's always more important to just use the flash and escape a gank. I think she might have been able to get out of that one without having to burn the flash, but you know, if she doesn't burn the flash, then it could very well be that all the Garen has to do is just flash and get that Q off, and she's probably going to die. So once again, Ashe getting killed down in this bot side. Currently a cumulative total of 0 and 4 for this red side bot lane, which is just a very, very tough thing to see this early into the game. But looking once again at KP's lane, is going to miss that Mordekaiser, so she's not going to get pulled back. In terms of how this game is going, it's been a pretty high kill game. Currently 1 kill per minute, which is a pretty nuts thing when you think about it, and hopefully it keeps up for this entire game, because this is the type of action-packed game that I would like to see. But it looks like we do have another fight happening up in this top side. The Kled is not level 6. Oh, sorry, the Kled is level 6 and the Illaoi is currently level 5, so she didn't get to use that ultimate on our Kled. But he is still taking a lot of damage. You know, it's one of those things that when you face an Illaoi, especially when Illaoi ends up getting that Black Cleaver, which I assume she's going to go for, she just ends up doing so much damage so quickly and heals for an insane amount as well. So we're going to have to watch out for that Illaoi. Even though she's 0 and 2, just one of those champions that she gets a couple items and she will be back in this game in no time, and with a vengeance. So she does actually have level 6 right now. I don't know if she's going to want to use her ult here, but she does have the clone down. I'm surprised she hasn't ulted yet, but there it is, doing a lot of damage. Sorry, yeah, there was the ultimate. Kled is going to try to get his Scarl back. I don't know if he's going to have enough. He is going to get the Scarl back, and Kareem is going to actually get the kill onto the Illaoi. Absolutely insane that he got that Scarl back during that entire fight. I'm really surprised that the Illaoi didn't use her ultimate a little bit earlier and get that damage off just a little bit sooner, because the damage and the healing would have been so much more. But, you know, I'm not at this level, apparently. Shouldn't be talking about how people are playing. So we're once again back in the mid lane, currently just looking at the farm. KP is going to get dragged in, going to take a turret shot and take a little bit of damage from that Mordekaiser, but 47 to 49, so very even currently in this lane. But we do once again have this Garen looming around, trying to get a kill onto this KP, but it looks like she does have once again a very, very nice charm onto the Garen, and not even very panicked, because currently Ahri does have her Spirit Rush, so she's got 3 dashes to get away. And I love that KP is just constantly dropping the hat bombs, just tip the fedora. A great charm landing on the Mordekaiser. There's going to be the ultimate, trying to get the Ignite down, and that is going to be enough. KP picking up her first kill of the game, and once again, how do you do with the penguin emote? And she's going to go back to base with a nice chunk of change to hopefully finish off that lost chapter. But as all this was being said and done, I do actually want to check out this turret dive up in the top lane. The bot lane died once again, which I don't really need to talk about because we talked about that enough, but it just looks like this Illaoi is just going to be flashing underneath. The ultimate comes down from the Kled, and they are going to be able to reset with the Scarl. That is absolutely insane. So similar similar to like an Elise with her repel. If the Kled gets off of his Skarl, he gets knocked off. Oh, that is a really, really interesting interaction. The Graves are going to flash over the wall. I think Kled is going to die anyways. Yeah, that was really, really intriguing. But the smoke screen is going to go down and blind the Garen. But I don't think the Graves is actually going to have enough to deal with this. No, the judgment is going to come down. He has been judged and he has been found wanting. The Graves is going to go down to the Garen. That's going to be a double kill for him, now having 150 gold bounty. But I don't think that's the most interesting thing about the bounty system right now, because we have a 500 gold bounty on this Lucian at 9 minutes into the game. So one of those things that can really bring you back into the game, especially this bot lane. If they can get a kill onto that Lucian, it would be gigantic for them. But right now, I just don't think that they have the items. You're facing a BF sword and a serrated Dirk. Another great never move onto the Ashe. The arrow's going to come down, and that's going to hold it off for just a little bit. The Vel'Koz is still only level 5. My lordy, the ultimate coming down from the Lucian, and that's going to very much secure a kill onto that Ashe. It looks like KP was poked down just a little bit by that Mordekaiser, so probably going to have to go B. She does have the Lost Chapter as the first item, and also a control ward. Vel'Koz right now just trying to survive in this lane, which I don't think is going to go very well for him, because this Swain has just been landing so many great never moves, and the Vel'Koz not landing the poke that he wants to. The E is going to land onto the Swain, and he's going to use the disintegration ray, which I don't understand why. I guess maybe just to push them off of the turret, I guess. But that's a very, very big ultimate that does a lot of damage, and I feel like you need to be trying to combo with Ashe to try to get a kill onto that Lucian, and that is one of the great things. Oh, I'm actually going to talk about this, because I don't know what this Alawi is doing. Maybe waiting for the Graves or the Ahri to maybe check in, but right now nobody's coming in, so... And they've also got a ward right here. I think KP placed that over into the Raptor pit, so she knows that the Alawi is right there, which is just kind of awkward. Gonna get a Q down. Is the charm gonna be able to land from KP? No, they're not gonna go for that one. The Garen is here as well. Level 8 for KP. She did go back, didn't pick up anything though, just has her boots and that lost chapter. But currently, you know, still very, very entertaining bloodbath of a game. But in terms of the top lane, it looks like Kled is probably going to get this first turret. I'm not entirely sure what Alawi was doing, just waiting in there, because definitely gave up a ton of pressure in the top lane. Looks like bot lane starting to regain a little bit of that pressure. And the gold from the first turret is definitely going to be helpful. It looks like they might actually be swapping, or the Alawi is just going to kind of come mid lane because she's just dying to that Kled. Not entirely sure. You know, it is gold too. I'm not entirely sure sometimes what these players are thinking, but once again, W going to land onto this Vel'Koz, which once again is going to be very, very bad for him. Just taking that poke from the Swain, a potential never move. But the great thing is about this bot lane, when you're looking at an Ashe and a Vel'Koz, if you land an Ashe ultimate on one of these champions and then Vel'Koz can follow that up with the E and the ultimate, you can do a ton of damage. You can melt through a person's health bar with that combo. So I'm not going to call these guys out of it yet, but once again, the culling coming out, the slow coming down from the W from the Swain as well. The flash going to come out, and Lucian going to pick up, what, his 7th kill of the game. Currently a 7-0-0 for this Lucian, which is absolutely insane. It looks like the Vel'Koz is going to have to flash away from this one, because he just does not want to get involved with that Garen. The Mordekaiser is down here as well. The never move landing onto the Graves, and it looks like the Swain is just trying to chase him down with that ultimate ticket, but it looks like Ahri and the Kled are currently here. There are 3 versus 2. The charm is going to land wide, but it looks like the Ashe ultimate is going to land. That arrow was fantastic onto the Swain. KP's now just trying to kite back underneath the turret. The Lucian is the target that they want, but it looks like the ultimate coming down from KP is going to just hold this Garen down. The bear on the rope is going to, the bear trap on the rope is going to keep the Garen here, and a shutdown going in favor of the Kled. The Mordekaiser using his ultimate onto the Vel'Koz, which is interesting because he's 0-3, and he's going to try to dive underneath the turret. Vel'Koz just trying to kite around as best as he can, and the Mordekaiser is going to die, but he does take the Vel'Koz with him. So unbelievably, under the turret, he is still able to secure a kill onto the Vel'Koz. Like, it wasn't that much gold for him to actually kill the Vel'Koz because he's 0-3. Well, now 0-4, but, you know, still a kill. Mordekaiser does die as well. They did get a shutdown onto the Garen, but once again, none of that really means all that much when you've got that 700 gold bounty on the Lucian. You can see right now, in terms of the gold difference, killing that Lucian would even out the gold of this game. That's how big of a kill that is. But right now, just looking at KP's Ahri, 2-0-2, 65 CS to the Mordekaiser's 68 CS. But once again, it was a great roam down to the bot side, understanding that there was going to be a fight there. And then just trying to kite as best as she could with that Spirit Rush. But it looks like Alawi, once again, just not having a great time. Can't really gain any pressure up there, because if you've got the Kled there, he's just going to bear trap on a rope, and then you are probably just going to die. So Ahri just trying to poke as much as she can. Does in fact have that blasting one now, so I'm assuming that's going to be built into a Luden's Echo, so I'm thinking we're going to see a pretty standard build here. But while all this is going down, the Mountain Dragon is now finally being focused by this blue side. It looks like once again the Culling going to come out onto this Vel'Koz. The arrow coming down as well, just barely saving him. The Disintegration Ray coming out. I don't know why you would stand to fight that when the Ashe used the heal to save your butt. But he still ends up dying. The Ashe right now under pressure as well. The Garen might very well die to this. The Ashe is going to slow him underneath the turret. Another turret shot, not going to be enough. The minion shot, no! 17 HP, and the Garen is going to escape. But right now, you do have the Kled coming in, but the Mordekaiser is already down here. KP currently standing in the mid lane, so has not roamed down to this one. So I don't think they're going to end up finding any more action here. But the Graves is down here as well. Swain lacking just a little bit far behind. Just a little bit of lag here. KP going back to buy some items, and everybody's just going to kind of go away with just a little bit of health remaining. So I really wish that Ashe had gotten that kill onto the Garen, but I really don't understand what the Vel'Koz was doing during that fight. The Ashe used the heal, and he actually managed to escape for that decent amount of time, but then turned tail to then fire that Disintegration Ray, and just ended up securing the kill for the Lucian. So 8-0-0. You're 14.5 minutes into this game, and you've got a Lucian with an Edge of Night already, with another BF sword and a Caulfield's Warhammer. That is absolutely insane, the amount of damage that this Lucian's going to be doing. And the problem with the Edge of Night for Lucian is that KP is not going to be able to land a charm unless you pop that Edge of Night first. So a lot of big abilities, the Ashe Arrow, the Vel'Koz E, the Bear Trap on a rope, all of these things you need to land on the Lucian to actually kill him to get that CC. But once again, the Vel'Koz is going to get pulled in, and that is just going to be an immediate blow up by the Lucian. But on the other end of things, you got the Ignite going down from the Kled, is going to get a kill onto the Illaoi. He is now on a killing spree. 150 gold available for a bounty on the Kled, and 150 gold available for KP, 2-0-2 in that lane. But 84 CS to the 79, and once again, the Lucian is just unstoppable this game. 10-0-0. I really have no idea how they're going to come back in this one. The Ahri just using the Spirit Rushes actually ends up dodging the Mordekaiser E, which is a fantastic play. The slow's coming down from the red buff, but it's not going to be enough to kill the Mordekaiser. He is very, very tanky, but some very, very good plays. KP securing herself her third kill of this game with 2 assists, and the Graves also 3-2-3, and the Kled 5-1-2. See, this is one of those tough games that a lot of people would look at the bot lane, who is currently a grand total of 0-11, and maybe say, go next. But the rest of the team is actually doing very, very well. So it's one of those things that you've got the Ahri pretty fed, you've got the Graves pretty fed, and you've got the Kled very fed. But on the enemy team, you've only got the Lucian, who's incredibly fed. So if you manage to get a kill onto that Lucian, you can really even this game out, because then they don't really have any type of damage. But on the red side, you've got to kill Ahri, Graves, and Kled to get rid of those threats. So it's going to be interesting to see. They really do need to shut down this Lucian at some point in the near future to get that 700 gold bounty, particularly on somebody who is already pretty fed. I wouldn't want to put it on the Ashe, because right now she is just getting absolutely dumpstered in the bot lane, and if she's then worth gold again, Lucian is probably just going to pick her off and get even more gold. So if maybe Ahri or the Graves or the Kled could pick up that shutdown, that would probably be fantastic for this red side. So we do have the Swain currently roaming up to this Kled. I'm just looking at KP's build. She did actually finish off the Luden's Echo and also those Sork Boots, and still has that commencing stopwatch available just in case she gets into a pickle or wants to start a big fight and put herself in an awkward position with a good charm. But it looks like the Graves is going to start finding this Garen. Gonna start fighting, but the Swain W is going to come down. The Smite going onto the Richter to just try to keep him alive, get that little bit of extra health. Charm going down from KP onto the Mordekaiser, just going to show that Garen emote. The Disintegration Ray is going down onto basically nobody, so not entirely sure what this guy's doing. Nice charm landing onto the Swain. The Graves is now here. The ultimate's going to come down. Not going to be enough damage to actually shut down the Swain, but the KB is actually going to go in with that Spirit Rush. Is going to get a shutdown onto the Swain, or just to kill anyways. And now Lucian, an amazing charm going to land on a Lucian, and the shutdown going on to KP, which is absolutely huge for her. 700 additional gold. Graves is now running for his life. The Flash is going to come out, and the Vel'Koz is going to pick up that kill. kind of wish that that went over to the Kled because, you know, Vel'Koz is currently having a very, very interesting game. But hey, picking up a kill, maybe maybe that'll be the wake-up point for the Vel'Koz to now start really playing this game well. But right now, KP sitting at 5-0-3 with a 500 gold bounty, but that was exactly what you wanted to see for this team, because right now that gave KP enough gold to buy the Seeker's Arm Guard and also the Fiendish Codex, which of course is going to be used to pick up that Zhonya's Hourglass eventually when she has the gold. So in terms of looking at the items here, as I was saying before, you really do have an advantage in these top 3 players here because Kled picked up his Black Cleaver and also has that Tiamat. Graves has finished off his Umbral Glaive, and you've got KP, of course, with Luden's Echo and the majority of a Zhonya's Hourglass. But we do have another fight going on here. The Bear Trap on a rope is actually going to miss, and it looks like Kled is probably going to die. The Ignite coming down from the Swain, and now Graves is in a little bit of trouble. A great Asher onto the Swain, though, might actually keep the Graves alive for a little bit. Flash coming down from the Alawi. He's going to get that W down. He's trying to just stay alive and get as much damage as he can, but it's not going to be enough. Alawi going to be getting the kill onto the Graves. It looks like Ahri right now just getting sucked in by the Mordekaiser ultimate. She is now in the Dark Realm. Does not have the ultimate up yet, but it's up very, very soon. Gonna try to avoid the culling for as long as humanly possible. She does have her ultimate up now, I believe, and does have that flash available as well. So gonna try to get away here. Gonna get a great charm onto the Alawi, and a great use of the ultimate is gonna secure her a kill and also escape the Fed Lucian. So, you know, it wasn't the perfect play from the red side, but taking a pretty bad situation where you were almost guaranteed to die, and KP walking out of there with a kill onto the Alawi is actually very, very impressive. So very, very curious to see what's going to happen for the remainder of this game, because you've got an Ahri now who's 6-0-3, and Lucian has actually died a couple times, which is now, you've shown that Lucian is simply a mortal man and can very well be picked off if you land a really nice Ahri charm, an Ash arrow, even a Bear Trap on a rope from the Kled or an E from the Vel'Koz, and all of a sudden you can really blow up this Lucian because he is still pretty much a glass cannon. In terms of the item image now, it looks like the second dragon is going to go in favor of that blue side. An ocean dragon and a mountain dragon. It looks like it's going to be an infernal dragon map. So I do actually love this animation of the infernal, and I do love the fact that we're going to have some of these walls blown out, because for people like Kled, that ultimate is fantastic when you have those walls broken down, because there's a lot of places that you can then run with that ultimate to make yourself go across the map a very, very long distance. We do have the ultimate coming down from the Kled and also from the Graves doing a little bit of damage. The Disintegration Ray is going to come out. The Flash Charm coming out from the Ahri is not actually going to land, but the damage was enough to pick down the Graves, and it looks like the culling coming down from the Lucian is going to dash over, try to get a kill onto this Graves. He actually screwed up his Q, so he actually is not going to get a kill onto the Graves, and a charm once again coming out from KP, and going to have to use that Zhonya's Hourglass to keep herself alive for just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough. That's going to be a shutdown. A bunch of gold going in favor of that Swain. Fortunately enough, it is a support Swain, but to be honest, he is a gigantic support Swain, so definitely not where you wanted that gold to go to. Looks like the Scarl might very well be able to come back up. The Swain is going to use that Hourglass as well to keep himself alive. The E is going to miss from the Vel'Koz, and another amazing never move from this Swain is going to secure themselves another kill onto this Vel'Koz. So it really just hasn't been Vel'Koz's day. 1-8 right now. At 21.5 minutes into this game, and right now 19-17, an absolutely insane scoreline right now. And it looks like the Ashe was trying to steal the red buff with that ultimate, but it was not enough. Alawi going to take that red buff for her own, and it looks like Swain is currently rocking the second red buff of this game. So in terms of KP's build, does just have another amplifying tome. Not entirely sure what that's gonna be turned into. Could be turned into basically anything. Morellonomicon, Void Staff, you name it. So not sure where her build is planning on going, but once again, looking at the score line, you still do have those top 3 people, the Graves, the Kled, and the Ahri doing work this game, literally trying to carry this tentacle monster known as Vel'Koz up the hill to victory. And right now, he seems like he is very, very heavy. So they're trying their best. The Lucian does have that Edge of Night. He did also pick up an Executioner's Calling, which I'm kind of interested why he would pick up an Executioner's Calling, because there's not really anybody on the red side that does a lot of healing. I'm surprised that he wouldn't have built something like the Blade of the Ruin King, finish that off maybe, because I'm assuming that's what the Vampiric Scepter is going to be for. But once again, I'm not entirely sure, but you know, hey, It's his choice. He's currently fed. Who am I to tell him what to do with his money? But looks like KP is going to find the Lucian here. They do have to proc that Edge of Night. There it is. It is going to go down, and the culling being used as well. Spirit Rush is going to be enough, and it looks like Graves is going to pick up the kill onto that Lucian, but it looks like Ahri might be in a little bit of trouble. Does still have a couple stacks of that Spirit Rush. They're trying to go over the wall to save herself just a little bit of time, but right now using that Zhonya's Hourglass just to try to keep herself alive. The Ignite going down onto the Mordekaiser, but it is going to be enough to kill him, but unfortunately KP did pay for that with her life, but a lot more assists going in favor of the red side, picking down that Mordekaiser after that ultimate was done. You do have the Swain in here, is going to pop that ultimate onto the Kled. The Never Move is going to miss, but he's just going straight for that Vel'Koz. The Ignite going down as well. He's probably going to be able to secure a kill onto that Vel'Koz. The Kled having to flash over the wall there, or not actually flash, he actually just jumped over with his Skarl E, but looks like the Swain is going to pick up a kill onto that Vel'Koz, but we do have another fight going up here because the Skarl is available. I'm not entirely sure if the blue side really wants to fight this one. It looks like they don't, so they're probably going to call it after that one a 2-for-2 exchange because the Alawi ended up dying as well. So KP does have that blasting wand now, so I'm assuming that's going to be a Void Staff in the end. I still think that people on this red side need to build some form of healing reduction because you do have that Alawi, the Mordekaiser, the Lucian is probably going to build Blade of the Ruined King, and the Swain is going to be healing up a ton. So hopefully at some point, maybe the Ashe can just build an Executioner's Calling or something, but to be honest, this Ashe is currently 0 and 5, so gold is something that she is not very familiar with right now, so probably not going to be seeing that anytime soon, but it looks like KP is going to be able to pick up that blue buff, currently sitting at 8, 2, and 5, so having a great game, and this is kind of what you have to do at these ELOs, is just, you've got to be the carry, especially if a Vel'Koz is going to be feeding as much as the Vel'Koz has, you've got to step up, so some nice fancy footwork from KP, dodging both the Never Move and also the E from the Mordekaiser, making sure that she doesn't get pulled in. The Asher is going to come down. It is going to land on the Lucian. The Charm coming down as well as the Disintegration Ray, and that is going to be enough to pick up the Lucian now that he's dead. That is the main source of damage. Kled going with the Bear Trap on a rope is going to be able to pull in the Mordekaiser, and that's going to be enough. And it looks like right now the Garen is going to be the next target, is going to be taken down by the Kled as well. Sorry, there's the Vel'Koz picking up the Garen. KP was trying to take as many of those turret shots as she could while everybody dove the Garen, and that is going to be a 3-for-0 in favor of this red side. So, you know, once again, it's one of these things that as much as Ashe was shut down in that early game, you just need that arrow to land, and the arrow landed on the perfect target, hitting that Lucian while his Edge of Night was down, and that was a free kill. You get rid of the fed person on the enemy team, and then you can just stomp through them. So it looks like the Baron is going to be completed by this red side. Not entirely sure why everybody is saying B right now, but currently nobody is here to contest, so that is going to be the Baron Nashor going in favor of the red side, which is just a huge swing in terms of this game. Right now sitting at 48.1k to the 42.8k in favor of KP's red side. 23 kills to 21 kills, 25.5 minutes into this game. Now the dragon is available. It is an Infernal Dragon, so one that you definitely want to pick up. And you really do want to start picking these up because right now the enemy team is at 2 dragons. So when they get that 3rd dragon, all of a sudden they start threatening that that Infernal Soul, which you really just don't want to try to contest. So it looks like the Lucian is going to take some damage from this Graves, but the Mordekaiser is getting a lot of damage onto that Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz is probably going to die. He is going to die. The ultimate coming down from the Ashe is not going to be enough, but it looks like the Ahri is going to be able to pick up the Mordekaiser, but it does not matter because Swain blows up his ultimate, and that's going to be enough to kill KP. So getting, I believe, probably a pretty big shutdown on the Swain there. But it was a 2-for-2, but unfortunately now the Garen is here trying to get a kill onto this Graves. He does use those, but the Judgment's going to come down, but it is not going to be enough, and that's going to be a kill onto the Garen. The Jungler is now down, and it looks like Kled is looking for blood. The Ashe is here as well. The double kill going down for the Kled. The Alawi is the only person alive on this blue side, and it is not going to be enough. The triple kill coming in favor of that Kled, currently sitting at 11, 2, and 11, and Graves is going to take this opportunity to start getting damage onto this Infernal Drake, and it looks like the red side is going to pick up their first dragon of this game, and some people still in fact have the Baron buff. So looking at KP's build, she did actually pick up that Void Staff. Very smart idea, just to get that really big damage off, and nobody currently has built a lot of magic resistance, so there's going to be nearly true damage that KP is going to be throwing out. So definitely an interesting build. 9, 3, and 9, and also the Kled sitting at 11, 2, and 11. This really does kind of seem like a 2-person show on this red side, but to be honest, the Graves has also done really well and started really picking it up after he's got those 2 lethality items. So the Swain is going to try to get in here, but it's not going to be enough. He's just going to pop that Ghost Blade, and the Graves is going to be out of here. In terms of how the farm is going, the Illaoi actually managed to get a lot of farm. Considering that she's died 9 times, it's only about 10 to 11 CS behind that Kled. 130 to 167 in favor of that Graves, 130 to 122 in favor of KP's Ahri, and 183 to 169 in favor of Ashe. So everybody has kind of been able to take the opportunity to get some farm and really get their gold going, even though a lot of people, especially that bot lane, lost their lane incredibly hard. But it looks like the Death Realm is going to come onto the Graves right there. They're not going to be able to focus on this Mordekaiser, but the smoke screen is just going to basically keep him alive for a little bit. Great charm landing onto the Garen. I don't know if it's going to be enough. The Spirit Rush coming down as well is going to be enough. The Hourglass being popped by KP. She's going to have to use that last one to get away. And yes, the Spirit Rush with the flash is going to save her from a near-death experience. But right now, the Swain doing a lot of damage. Kled is going to try to get out of that one with the flash, but it's not going to be enough flash coming out from the Illaoi as well. It looks like the E is going to miss, so it's not going to actually be able to slow down that Graves. Nice charm landing, but it looks like the Mordekaiser is going to use that blast cone to try to get over, but he's going to die to this Graves. KP is staying around, maybe trying to find a kill here. The Ashe is here as well, but the Lucian is very, very big. The charm is going to land on the Lucian. Ashe is not focusing on the Lucian at all, and Lucian's going to be able to pick up KP, getting another shutdown on her. And right now it is just Ashe versus Lucian, but Ashe is trying to do the damage and is going to get a triple kill on that Lucian, 33 to 27. You know, it's one of these things that you like to see when somebody falters so hard in the early game that they finally find their fight. And now this Ashe is 3, 5, and 8, which to be honest is not too bad of a scoreline considering that just a few minutes ago she was 0 and 5. So good job on this Ashe. Great job from KP and also the Graves sticking around, managing to land some pretty solid charms, getting that damage out that they needed to. And right now the Ashe is going to be pushing. Garen currently not contesting this Ashe, so that's going to actually be a free turret for the Ashe. So they now do have an open inhibitor. Vel'Koz and Ashe are kind of just moseying around here. I don't think that they should really be around here because it would literally just take a Garen running up to this Ashe and then getting the Judgment down to probably kill her. So we do actually have the Oblivion Orb from KP, so exactly what I was hoping to see after that Void Staff, going for that Morellonomicon to get that healing reduction. I still feel like Ashe or Kled should be building an Executioner's Calling because that's just the cheapest way to get that Grievous Wounds on people, or even a Bramble Vest onto the Kled, but it does look like Kled is going for more damage than tankiness and survivability, so I'm expecting him to build an Executioner's Calling at some point, but probably not the Bramble Vest. But you're just looking at these items right now, like in comparing the Illaoi to the Kled. Kled's already got the Titanic Hydra, the Sterix Gauge, the Black Cleaver, and also some lethality, but looks like we're actually going to talk about a fight right now because it looks like the Graves is going to be able to, sorry, the Vel'Koz is going to pick up the Mordekaiser. Spirit Rush coming out from the Ahri. She's actually going to be able to pick up the Lucian during that entire thing. What an absolute fiesta, and a great charm landing on Swain as well, but Nevermove landing on the Ahri as well. Ahri's going to be in a little bit of trouble if she is actually going to go down, which is really unfortunate. But I don't know if the enemy team is going to be able to clean this one up. No, everybody seems to be able to get away from this one. So once again, though, this Ahri is just playing, sorry, KP is playing so well, but this Swain is just so big. I'm just not entirely sure what you can do with it because KP landed a great charm on him, but he also landed a fantastic Nevermove on KP, forcing the Zhonya's Hourglass out, but that just allowed the Swain to walk up and blow up his ultimate, which does so much damage. He's so tanky and does so much damage as well. The Bear Trap on a rope is going to miss, but right now the Ashe is going to use the Blade of the Ruin King to slow down the Garen, but you do have the Swain here once again. Going to get another Nevermove. He's absolutely gigantic, but right now he's getting slowed by these Ashe auto attacks, but they just don't have the damage yet to clear these guys up. But the Mordekaiser is here. Bear Trap on a rope. The flash coming down from the Mordekaiser is going to miss that grapple, but it looks like the ultimate's going to come down. Kled versus Mordekaiser, and Kled is now off of Skarl, which is not the position that he wants to be in. He's going to try to stack up those auto attacks. Is he going to get Skarl? No! It was definitely happening. You could probably hear the music of the Skarl coming back. But unfortunately, it was just too little, too late. If he got the Skarl back, I think he might have actually been able to kill that Mordekaiser, but Mordekaiser just doing too much damage, being just a little bit too tanky, and the Skarl not coming back in time, so that is going to be a kill for the Mordekaiser. So, you know, this is really anybody's game, 30 to 35, and now the blue side is looking at this Baron. They're going to do a lot of damage to it. The Lucian is on it as well, and he's going to be able to melt this Baron. Swain is trying to just keep everybody at bay here. The disintegration rate is going to come up from the Vel'Koz, but currently not going to be enough. Nice Q! Is going to actually time the Zhonya's Hourglass, but you do have the Graves and the Ahri coming in. KP doing a lot of damage. They are grouped up, so those Qs are going to be doing a ton of damage. KP just trying to keep everybody down, and that is going to be an ace, ladies and gentlemen. So it just worked perfectly for our team here. The Swain being on the other side trying to deal with everybody was probably not the right play. I feel like they should have just tried to melt that Baron down, but it just worked so perfect that they killed the Swain. And then you've got the Graves and the Ahri, who are both incredibly fed, just flanking around the Baron pit. They didn't end up getting the Baron. The blue side did get that, but it doesn't matter because all of them are dead. And you know what is better than Baron Nashor? Winning the game. So currently we've got KP sitting at 13, 5, and 15, which is an incredible scoreline, and I think this might actually be the end of the game. You've got the Swain currently up, 8 seconds on the Lucian. The ultimate's going to come down from the Swain immediately, but everybody's just going to focus all that CC onto the Swain. That is going to be a kill, going over to the Ashe, and ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of the game, but I'm very curious to go into the endgame screen to see what damage everybody did this game. So looking at these endgame stats, KP ended this game 13, 5, and 16, which was a pretty dominant performance, and especially considering how badly this bot lane did at the early goings of this game, was really impressive that KP didn't get tilted and kept playing to the best of her ability and managed to land some pretty phenomenal charms, particularly on the very fed Lucian. In terms of how everybody did this game, the red side definitely did well, securing themselves that victory, but it was a bloodbath of a game. In terms of the damage that was done, KP sitting at 32,209, which was the most damage on her team, but the Swain, just looking at how much damage it did, 35,435, and that's from the support, which is absolutely insane. Just curious about the runes as well. Looks like Electrocute for our Ahri did 2,000, apparently can't say that, 2,227 damage, with another 809 damage from Cheap Shot. Definitely a lot, and total healing from Ravenous Hunter as well, 2,592. So definitely some very interesting stats. A great game from KP as well, and an overview of this game. It was really in favor of that red side for the early going, about halfway through the game, and then it was just a huge leap in favor of the blue side. So ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be it for this game featuring KP. Definitely go and check out her stream and also her YouTube channel. Both are linked in the description below. And if you have any ideas for any other streamers or YouTubers you would want me to focus on for the next streamer showcast, definitely let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to like this video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. We release 6 videos a week for your entertainment. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next Streamer Shoutcast.